Yes, I tell you, it was a sad day on Saturday. All hope seemed to be lost. Representatives were thrown out of the state house. Democracy seemed to be at its end. Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about not just one, but 2 out of 3 Tennessee state legislators being expelled from the House due to their role in inciting the recent insurrection that happened at the Tennessee state capitol in Nashville. Now, there's quite a few moving parts to this story. There's a lot to get through. But first things first, let's talk about those who were expelled and the one person who should have been expelled, could have been expelled, but was not. Now, the first person you just saw, that was Justin Pearson of Memphis. Now, I don't know why he decided to do basically a cosplay of Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Black preacher. This is not 1963. This is not civil rights movement. You're not going to segregated schools and water fountains and whatnot. I mean, come on. This is the year 2023. Nobody speaks that way anymore. Maybe you find a black preacher in some random kind of corner of the country, but just on the state house talking like that, nobody does that. But a lot of your white liberals, black liberals, a lot of your far leftist normies, they eat it up. They eat that ridiculous nonsense up. But the average person, a lot of black folks, you show that to them, it's like, what is going on here? Like, are we in 2023 or what? Anyway, I digress. He was expelled from the House. So was his colleague, Justin Jones of Nashville. I'll show you some footage from him in a minute as well. But the one person who was not expelled was Gloria Johnson, a white woman from, Knoxville? Now, people are going to say, oh, it's a race thing, ABL. You know, she wasn't expelled and the 2 black men were because it's race. Well, the reality is, in Tennessee, I'm not quite sure about the rest of the country, but in the Tennessee state legislature, in the Tennessee state house, you got to get at least 2/3 of the House vote to get expelled. And as it stands right now, there are 72 Republicans and I think 25 Democrats. And not all of the votes ran down party lines. If they did, then there probably wouldn't be a problem to get these people expelled. Now, can we get into a little bit of the video? I want to show you more video from these guys, and then I'm going to show you some of the wagon circling that's happening right now from the Democratic Party, because they say, oh, it shouldn't have happened and whatnot. But let's get the first things first. Let's look at Justin Jones, okay, and some of his speaking style. And I want you just to hear what he's saying. Let that sink in. Then we'll keep on going.
Mr. Speaker, how can you bring dishonor to an already dishonorable house? How can you bring disorder to a house that is out of order, where the speaker refuses to let representatives elected to speak for their people even be heard? How do you bring dishonor and disorder to a chamber that does not follow decorum, due process, constitutional rights, or the rules that they enact themselves? There is no equal application of law or rules as we see in this chamber, as we saw today.
Why is he talking like that? Is it a slam poetry session? Why is he talking like that? You know, people are praising this guy and the other guy for being great orators, but all that I hear is like kind of charlatan, scammy type speaking. It's a way to get you emotionally invested. Oh, he speaks very well. He speaks so eloquently, to then just sell you snake oil, to sell you poison. That's pretty much what I hear. Now, that's Justin Jones of Nashville. He was expelled from the House. And here is his colleague, Justin Pearson from Memphis.
Yes, I tell you, it was a sad day on Saturday. All hope seemed to be lost. Representatives were thrown out of the state house. Democracy seemed to be at its end. Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win. But oh, that was good news for us. I don't know how long this Saturday in the state of Tennessee might last. But oh, we have good news, folks. We've got good news that Sunday always comes. Resurrection is a promise, And it is a prophecy. It's a prophecy that came out of the cotton fields. It's a prophecy that came out of the lynching tree. It's a prophecy that still lives in each and every one of us in order to make the state of Tennessee the place that it ought to be. And so I've still got hope because I know we are still here and we will never quit.
Okay, I just want to pause right here. Now, I'm reading comments all over the internets, Twitter, different websites, Instagram, you name it. People talking about, oh, he's a like my man right here, Aaron Rupar, and don't harass him, by the way. Justin Pearson is a powerful orator. You know, they say all that kind of stuff and say they're going to vote for him, but I see right through it. It's a bunch of talk that he has rehearsed a lot. He's rehearsed being able to speak this way because you're from Memphis. You don't talk like that in 2023. Okay. You sound more like Glorilla and Moneybagg Yo. You're not talking like this in 2023. That's just what it is. So this is an effort. This is an effort from him to try and just get on people's, how can I say, to get on their radar, to make them think that he is this excellent political figure, this excellent organizer, this excellent person in the community. But is he really? I don't gotta play too much more of that. I think that's quite a bit enough. If you want to, for some reason, hear the rest of my man's talk right here, I'll link to everything that I'm saying right now in the description. But let's take a look at your man, Barry. Barack Obama says, what happened in Tennessee is the latest example of a broader erosion of civility and democratic norms. Silencing those who disagree with us is a sign of weakness, not strength, and it won't lead to progress. Okay, so they're circling the wagon saying, hey, you know what? It's a peaceful protest. They shouldn't have been expelled for that. But when we, quote unquote, we, shout out to Ray Epps and all the other federales out there, but when, quote unquote, we on the right have a peaceful protest that gets too rowdy, aka January 6th, you talk about that for years as the worst thing to ever happen to this country. Worse than the Civil War, worse than Pearl Harbor, worse than anything. The Great Depression, January 6th is the worst thing to ever happen. Donald Trump got impeached over it. You got a lot of guys sitting in solitary confinement for the past few years over that. No trial, denying them of their constitutional rights to a fair and speedy trial. Political prisoners. You got all that going on from January 6th. But then when you guys stormed the Capitol, which is what happened, you guys stormed the Capitol in Nashville and also in Frankfort, Kentucky, but different story. You guys say it's peaceful protest. So it's a peaceful protest when y'all do it, but it's an insurrection. We need to go to jail. We need to go get sent to Mars or something like that when we do it. It's ridiculous. Now, here's another one from your man, your president, not my president. Not you guys. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the president, Joe Biden, 3 kids and 3 officials gunned down in yet another mass shooting. And what are GOP officials focused on? Punishing lawmakers who joined thousands of peaceful protesters. There we go. You see, they're spinning the narrative, but I'll talk about that in a moment. It's shocking, undemocratic, and without precedent. Okay, so this is the Joe Biden account, because you know Joe Biden is not writing these articles at all. This is a Joe Biden account talking about what happened, reacting to the story. Okay, so you see the common theme there: peaceful protests, shocking, undemocratic, without precedent. It's the same thing going on here, right? So peaceful there we go. That's like this right here was the reaction to, well, it was like another tweet in the thread, and his first tweet was talking about peaceful protests. Speaking about Obama, that is. Oh, we gotta protect the kids. It's a peaceful protest and everything else, you know. But it didn't seem too peaceful when I saw it. Not in the least bit. Now here is a little bit of a news story. I'll link to the rest of this in the description. I just want to show you guys a little bit of what was going on in the State House, and a little bit of cringe actually, because you're going to see the other person who was nominated to be expelled but was not, Gloria Johnson from Knoxville.
Uproar after 2 black lawmakers were expelled from Tennessee's legislature. Democratic Representatives Justin Jones and Justin Pearson were removed.
See, that's their that's the white lady right there, walking hand in hand with these guys. So cringe. So cringe. It's like their mom taking them, chaperoning them on the field trip.
By Republicans for taking part in a pro-gun control protest inside the House chamber last week. The protest followed the Nashville school shooting that left 6 dead. A third Democrat, Gloria Johnson, escaped expulsion by just 1 vote. Protesters at the state capitol denounced the vote, and President Biden called it shocking, undemocratic, and without precedent. Mark Strassman is outside the Capitol in Nashville. Mark, good morning.
So there's more. Again, I'll link to everything in the description, which now you can kind of see what's going on. You had 3 Democratic lawmakers in the state of Tennessee who were up for expulsion. 2 got expelled. 1 just narrowly missed. And to wrap it on up and put the bow on top, these guys can't get reelected. And from what I was able to read, they cannot be expelled for the same offense again. I'm not sure if they incite another one, if they could be expelled or not, but I'm reading that they can't. But they can be reelected, and they might be because, again, one of these guys is from Memphis, other from Nashville. You might get kind of really liberal areas going on. It wouldn't be that big of a deal to get them reelected. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what happened here, about 2 of the 3 people who were up for expulsion being expelled? Is it a race-based thing? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. We got to take this stance on these people. You can't just do whatever they want to do, because some are going to say, well, hey, ABO, wasn't that bad? They shouldn't have got expelled. They got the right to free speech. But see, you're not, the left does not do that to us, and we can't just let them dictate the pace. Whenever they say we do something wrong, they go to the ultimate. Impeachments, solitary confinement, no trial, no nothing. Denying civil liberties, denying civil rights. We follow the rules and say, hey, if you do something like that, there's rules in the books that say you can get expelled. When we follow the rules, they say that we're doing too much. When they break the rules, when they deny rights, then we want to start crying. It's like, well, at a certain point, we can't just not fight fire with fire. We can't just let them do whatever they want and we do nothing. That's not how you win. If they do whatever they want and we do nothing, they will win and we will lose. It's simple as that. And in Tennessee, the House is controlled by Republicans. We got to act like it's controlled by Republicans and not let them come into place, incite an insurrection, riots, crazy stuff, trying to take over the legislature. You can't do that. And if you want to do something like that, well, there's consequences, point blank, period. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.